Yo, hello and welcome to the Winding Road Podcast. Yeah, Ace along with us for the ride today. Man, I don't know. Just feel like today, I don't know, you wake up, you can't have feeling your best. You can always try to do your best every day, but man, I don't know. Talked about this a little bit before. You just like wake up and just like feeling a little bit weird or off, or just one of those deals, like woke up on the wrong side of the bed type deals. Maybe not even necessarily that. It's just like, I don't know, man. I like got so much to try to do and accomplish, and I'm not overwhelmed by what I'm trying to do, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's just like there's an invisible pole, like this invisible pole against what I'm trying to do, that like tries to create this malaise over me to where, like it's just like, man, I don't want to do nothing, but I know I have to do stuff. It's just like that pole against me, and I don't even really know how to try to explain it, other than from a sense of there's greatness in me, and the dark tries to keep that from shining. And so, like, it uses the I don't even know if it's laziness. It's not even a good way to explain it. It just feels like an invisible pole, because I want to do all this stuff, but then it's just like, then I think about, and I'm excited about it, and I have fun doing my projects and everything. It's not like I even make excuses. It's just like that unwillingness to get it started. Some days you just have that. It's like, and I feel I'm struggling through that today. It's like and this is literally what's happened too. It's like I'm hungry for success. I'm hungry for greatness. I'm hungry for food right now at this current moment in time, but nothing sounds good. It's one of those deals. Like, I'm so hungry. Everything should sound good if I'm hungry. In theory, everything should sound great. And sometimes it does when you're hungry. Everything sounds great. I'm like, all right, I don't care. I'm so hungry. Just give me whatever. But right now I'm like, I know hopefully somebody relates to that. It's just like you're so hungry that nothing sounds good. Like, I want to do my projects and be successful and have greatness, but yet I can't pull the trigger on figuring out what I need to eat, what I need to work on. And I just sit here and be more hungry or more dissatisfied with yourself because you're not doing anything. It goes back to that feeling thing, man. You can't go off your feelings, though. You just have to, like, that is the darkness in you trying to stop you. And it's just that, I heard Joe Rogan talk about it sometimes, like that, like his inner bitch, tell him like, no, don't go work out today. You be all right. Take the day off, Like, you don't listen to that little inner bitch that's telling you not to do things. You just go do them anyways because you know the result of how you're going to feel afterwards. But there's a lot to that. You just can't listen. You just, like, however you figure that out, like, well, I'm going to do it anyways, man. I'm going to do it anyways. And, like, once you get started on it, then you start to feel good about it, and you start to be like, okay, all right. And you start to build some momentum. But I just wanted to click on here and be real with you in one of those moments of, feeling like that invisible pull against you, man. But it's everything that I talk about to get through it, to realizing that that layer is not that thick. It's so thin. If you just force a little momentum towards what you want to do, it's like, it goes back to, if you think nothing matters, then just even if you don't think that getting up off the couch and going for a walk, like, you don't want to do that, or whatever it is you want to do, like, you don't think that any of that matters, it matters because you chose to take a step in the right direction. Even though you still might not think it matters because you're choosing to try to gain some momentum, to try to get to the point where it might matter. It's like a little baby step. Just take little baby steps to try to get there, just to try to get something going. It matters in you getting up off the couch. So it does, even if you don't think it matters because you got up. You got up and you started doing something. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll find some meaning in that, in what you're doing. It's just like, man, it's so easy to just like, sit around like, oh man, I don't want to work on nothing. I just want to sit around and do nothing. But I know, I just, because I sit because I know that that's not the right way to be. Thankfully, I'm aware of that. I know that's not the right way to be. So then it's just like you get up and you do stuff. And another thing, just like I don't know, personal relationship, like I know nothing's gonna be like, everything's not gonna go perfect. Everything's not gonna be super duper easy all the time. But it doesn't mean that we can't make it simple. And I just feel like, I don't know, like it's all different dynamics of who it's with. But it's just like, if it gets so damn complicated, it's like, what are we doing here? Keep it simple, stupid. Like, just like I don't know. I get worn out by the, sweating the small stuff and just worn out by the fucking details of everything. Like sometimes it's just like, dude, like, I don't need to know I don't want to know all that. It's just like, why can't we just live and be happy and live and not take things, so personally and seriously and, and real. I just think it goes back to realizing the finiteness of everything. And if, like, we're here for such a short damn period of time. It's like, if we're arguing about stupid shit or shit that we can't control like that, we're fucking up. We are fucking up if we're doing that, man. If we're doing, to me, it's like, if I'm doing anything other than trying to spread love, trying to inspire people and trying to unite people and just trying to be positive. Like, if I'm doing anything, I know it's not always going to be hunky-dory and everything's not always going to be perfect. It's not how life goes. There's going to be trials and tribulations and difficulties. But if I'm putting too much stock into certain things and we overplay things and we put emphasis on things and think they're way more important than they really truly are. Now, but you go, Gary, I thought you believed in small things being the big things and small things mattering. Yes, I do. I do believe in details, and small things you say to people can definitely affect them for better or for worse. Absolutely. But it's when we get caught up in shit too much and overanalyzing. Like, I'm so guilty about that. I'm so guilty about overanalyzing things, that's for certain. But I think I try to do a good job of keeping it simple. I don't know. Certain relationships, I wish things were easier. But they're not, and it's like, how do we get there? How do we keep realizing, stuff is important. You got to take care of certain things and everything like that. But how do we keep it simple and just keep it moving forward and not getting bogged down, by stuff, and because if we put too much emphasis on things, then you get bogged down by that, then something similar happens and you're right back in that square one, and then you're relating that to the next situation. Maybe it has an effect on it, maybe it doesn't, but you're attaching that negative from a previous thing, and then you're putting it on something new that may or may not have anything to do with it, and you're just like running all over these complexities in your mind of everything that's taken place, and trying, like, I don't know, man, sometimes you just got to meet moments for what they are, and just take everything with a grain of salt, as they say, and just move forward and don't get bogged down and don't complicate things, man. Goodness gracious. Anywho, that was part one. This is part two, and again, it's just like realizing too, man, it's like it's just a current of energy in you. So you might be like in a little bit of a bad spot. It's just a current of energy in you, and it's going to pass this mind. And I knew, it does, and it will. So here 5-10 minutes later, I'm already feeling a lot better. Maybe it is because I got on here and clicked and said some things out loud. That helps, maybe. I think. Sometimes they say it doesn't help to do those things. I guess it all depends on the situation. If you're bitching and griping about stuff, venting is supposed to help, but I don't know. There's been research to say that it doesn't help, but and I'm not venting or anything like that. I'm just on here talking, but 5-10 minutes past, it's like, oh, cool, that wave of emotion current that I was feeling course through my body, oh, it's gone now. Awesome, good deal. And I knew, it's just like trusting that process and really embracing those negative emotions in you at the time. Those like and trying to understand them, and trying to have the mindfulness and the understanding of that what's happening, and that then there is another side to it. That there's it's not gonna, nothing lasts forever, but nothing lasts forever. So it's like, all right, cool, just gotta ride that out. Then I try to ride it out, and get a bunch of positive coming in, ride that shit out as well, man. Ride it out and realize that that's not gonna last either. But just staying in the moment though too, and just taking it for what it is, and be like, oh, all right, cool. Like and studying what's going on inside there, and like, all right, feeling this way. Okay, why is that happening? All right, let's explore. And then you just explore different parts of yourselves and find out, more about yourself. And I think that helps you be a better version of yourself, quote unquote, so to speak. But another thing I was thinking about goes back to what you put in is what comes out. We talked a little bit about that before on the old TWR, but I was just thinking about like TV in general, man, and what we put in, like just so much. Oh God, it has such an effect on us, and I'm no outlier of that. It is absolutely the same thing with me, but I try to be aware and conscious of it, and people like what they like, and there's a human nature, and people are going to be drawn to different things. But for me, it's like, it's pretty clear as day. What you put in is what's going to come out. So I'm watching a bunch of murder mysteries, or a bunch of murder movies, or a bunch of gore, or a bunch of things that are bad and stuff like that. What's that going to do? It's just going to give me anxiety, man. So why am I doing it? Why would I be watching it? It's like you do, like, okay, well, maybe there's this, I don't know, there's this, that human nature of finding that stuff interesting or entertaining. Why do we watch NASCAR for the car wrecks? Like, why do we like this shit? And to me, I try to fight that and be like, no, because I know it's not really healthy for me. So if I'm watching a bunch of that, like, then I'm gonna be living in fear, and I refuse to do that. Or reality TVs, like these relationships. I just don't think that's good for other people's relationship. If you're watching reality TV and they're on there bickering and fighting all the time, or a lot of the time that it's taking place, sure, you can learn something from it. But for me, it's just like that becomes normalized behavior then, of just arguing back and forth. And that might affect your own relationship. It's just junk. You're putting in junk television when you're watching that, or you're watching. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just trying to maybe help explain, better ways to go about it. And take it for what you want, though. As always, you can take it for what you want. But it just, just in general, yeah. And then I questioned myself. I was like, well, okay, is watching sports all the time necessarily a good thing? Like, yeah. If I'm honest with myself, maybe I'm wasting time. I could be doing other things, absolutely. Other things that, actually impact me. And then I might have an effect, but we have to have some kind of entertainment in our lives, absolutely. For sure, well, if I'm watching sports, at least I'm being maybe inspired by whatever's going on or being kind of in awe. It's like, wow, how the heck do they do all that stuff that they're doing? And I'm like, then it's just incredible to me to watch it, and I'm entertained by it, and then I might be inspired by it. And so then I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. But if I'm sitting around watching stuff that's just violence but it's like, all right, cool, I watch pro wrestling like that, they're yelling back and forth at each other, but it's the stories that I'm drawn to, because I'm a writer. It's the stories that I'm drawn to and watching that stuff. So I get it. Some people are drawn into stories, and the mystery is a big genre. Like, again, we're drawn to these things. I'm not trying to dismiss it and say don't ever watch those things again. We like what we like. I'm just saying we have to be aware of the effects that it might have on us and on others around us in our relationships. By what you put in will come out, and just having the awareness of that. And I think it just goes back to, if you are going to be a little bit of that, and maybe you realize it's maybe not the best for you, but you know what? Maybe you're like, all right, I'm going to do this in you got to try to do it in moderation. I got myself to the point where I think I've been doing a decent job of that moderation deal, because I'd quit drinking. I had quit the nicotine. I had quit the soda. And then I'm aware that's at the time too, that like by even dipping my toe back into any of that stuff could be a temptation to then overindulge in these things again. And I refuse to do that, because I have moderation on my mind. I got moderation on my mind. Don't want to think of life as a grind, because I know the time is time. I got my ace dog by my side. I'm alive, but I'm going to thrive. Okay, that's just a little rap. I don't know why I did that, but it's fun and I like it. What was I saying? Oh yes, moderation. I do have a rap song about that, or I don't even know if it's a rap song. Moderation, make a sweep across the nation. Moderation, a solution to these problems we face. And moderation. Anywho. I just think it's a big key to everything. But I've gotten to this point where it's like, okay, it's like, it's like, man, I don't want to just cut everything off. And like, some of this stuff is fun, but it's that temptation that draws us in to then think like we got to chase it all the time. So if we can get out of that, realize that we don't have to chase it all the time to get caught up in something that's addicting, that's bad for us. It's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of things bad for us, but, God bless. I want to have a little bit of fun while I'm here, So it's like, but are you strong enough to do that? And then, realize with the drinking thing, yes, I'm good now. And since I realized about the gluten allergy, and I stopped from going from the non-alcoholic beers and back to drinking a few ciders every now and then, I'm good. I realize I can have a few, enjoy myself, and then stop. So it's having that awareness of where you're at among whatever it is that you might, quote unquote, struggle with. Like, where am I at in that? It's not like I've had a big damn drinking problem or anything like I've talked about before, where I was drinking every day. No, it's just like I'm hungover for 2 days. So, like, even if I'm doing that once a week or once every other week or whatever, that's not good. And I wasn't gonna do that anymore, because I can't waste 2 days at a time. I'm not gonna waste 2 days just sitting around being hungover. No, so I was like, nope, I'm gonna stop doing it altogether. And it's like, okay, but now I realize, like, all right, cool. Now I can not just have to keep drinking, even though it might be only once every other week. Now I realize, okay, cool, I can stop after a couple. All right, cool. I totally cut out the nicotine, but it's like, all right, special occasions. Like I do. Now I'm like, all right, I'm a special occasion. You know what? But god dang, I like having a smoke every now and then. But I don't have to get back in it and have a smoke for every damn day of my life. And then you got to watch out, because nicotine's addictive. These other things are addictive, so you have to watch out whenever you're dipping your toe back in. You better be damn sure that you're not going to fall back into it. I think for the most part, I've done a very good job of that. Like, cool, man. Like, yeah, I realize I can, special occasions. Like, all right, cool. Had a couple beers. Give me a smoke, buddy. Let mom smoke up. And it happens every once in a great while. Pretty good moderation on it, or soda. Like, I got off the soda, but now it's like, all right, I've been off that long enough that, like, well, Ben, you are inviting it in there. Be careful. Like I said, I'm recognizing that. Like, I'm inviting the temptation to just do it all the time, to just have 2, 3 sodas, 4 sodas a day. I realize that I got to be careful on that. But I'm like, you know what? I've gotten to the point where I can, if I'm going to go out, and I hardly ever go get fast food, but that's why I stopped the tape, stopped recording, and like, I'm going to go get some food. You know what? I haven't had a soda in a long time. If I want to have one here and there, moderation. Like, I love Dr. Frickin' Pepper, so I want to have one. If I have one every once in a great while, it's okay. So if you've gotten yourself to the point where you can do that, maybe it's all right. Everybody's different. I'm just talking out loud. But it's just, yeah. So that's where I'm at on it. Maybe somebody relate. Maybe somebody totally different. Not telling anybody what to do or how to live their life. Just expressing my thoughts. And if you gain something out of there, cool. I know I say that a lot. I just feel like I'm always having. I don't know why I always say that. It's because I don't want anybody to take it verbatim and like, oh, well, that guy on that podcast said this. I need to do this. Well, I mean, you have to figure it out for yourselves, guys. You have to figure out what works best for you. I'm just expressing my thoughts. One little thing might help somebody. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. That's what we do. That's what we do, baby, what we do. Yeah, what else is going on? I don't know. Maybe it's staying up too damn late, but I'm working on stuff, so that's good. And it's like, man, your day's not getting started till like 12, 1, 2 o'clock. Maybe that's not the best, but I don't know. I'm getting stuff done, and I'm just not going to beat myself up and just keep moving forward and keep working on stuff and trying to maintain a positive attitude and realize that, those times where everything's not so hunky-dory, you just got to realize, well, everything's not going to be always hunky-dory sometimes. Sometimes your brain's going to go, ugh. And then you just got to go, oh, well, all right. What do you got for me in 10 minutes, brain? Oh, cool. Feeling better again? All right. Went out, got some sun, went on a hike, put some positive stuff in, outside activities in, feeling better about yourself? Good deal. I'm me, you're you, but we are each other. Love, inspire, unite. God bless.